This your dog Smoke of the Almighty Mighty Field Mob, aka Black Waters, and you already know Jack Thriller, the Thriller Manila, JackThriller.com. Check us out.
If you're trying to find a website where it's going down all night, motherfucker, Jack Thriller, Jack Thriller, motherfucking Jack Thriller, nigga Jack Thriller.com.
Yo, Smoke, what's up, baby?
What it is?
My nigga Black.
What it is?
Black Water.
Black.
Man, give them all your AKAs, man, real quick,
Oh,
man.
I mean, you got one of them called Chevy P.
Yep.
Then you got Black Waters that came out, you know what I mean? And they call me Smoke, you know what I mean? And they call me Chevy Pendergrass is what Chevy P stands for. You know, I'm like a Muslim. I got a lot of names.
100%. Alaikum salam, my man. Alaikum salam, yeah. Hamdulillah. Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, man, so, what was your first rap name? Let's start right there.
My first rap name was Boondocks Black. Boondocks Black. It was Boondock Black. I'm from Albany, Georgia, you know, the Boonies, the Boondocks.
Mm-hmm.
So I named myself
229.
Yeah, 229. Named myself after, you know, where I was from, you know, from the Boonies. You know, folks say, he stayed in the Boonies. You know what I mean? So that's where I live at in Albany, Georgia, the Boonies. So I call myself Boondock Black.
And for those that didn't know, I was born at Phoebe Putney Hospital in Albany, Georgia.
Yeah, same for Phoebe, baby.
Yeah.
Phoebe, baby.
100% raised in
Albany, Georgia. We ate the same pecans.
Yeah. My mama sent me pecans like every 2 months. Every 2 months. She's still down there now. She's still down there now and whatnot, man. Hey, so how do you hook up with Sean J to become Field Mob? Or let me ask you this: was that the first group you was in?
I was rapping solo. I was rapping solo as Boondock Black.
Okay.
Basically, no, me and Sean linked up on some street shit. Sean was in it with some local Crips, and I didn't like them, and I could never get my hands on them because they would never do nothing to me to make me get them. And I seen them jump on Sean at McDonald's. And I've been, you know, after a football game, you go to McDonald's or you go to a guy, you know, McDonald's is like one of the hangout spots you go to where I'm from. And after the game, everybody just...
The one on Oglethorpe?
Yeah, right there on Oglethorpe. They got one on Oglethorpe and they had one on Slappy. The one on Slappy was the one where I seen Sean get into it with these Crips about a female that I had them smashed.
Always over there.
Everybody had them smashed before. You know?
Oh, Lord.
I just wanted to help him. For one, I didn't like them, and I didn't like how they jumped on him. And two, after they jumped on him, he got up off the ground. You know what I mean? So I'm like, y'all ain't really whoop his ass like y'all supposed to, because he got up off the ground and was able to dust himself out. So, you know, they're really... He's a little dude. You know what I mean? So, slim, you know what I mean? Because he's 6'1", 6'2" like me, so. But he's slim. Went to school with those local Crips too, and I saw him the next day and was like, look, man, I like how you handled that. You know, them boys jumped on you like that, but you got off and you dusted yourself off. And you walked away. And I say, hey, we need to link. We need to be, you know, because if they try you again, I want you to come see me, you know, and we could do something about it. I just want you to know you got backup. You got somebody to help you. And he was like, you know, well, I rap. I was like, I rap too. You know what I mean? And we linked up like that.
It's just like on goddamn How High.
Yeah.
Y'all would have been great in How High type of movie.
Oh my God, because after we linked up, Sean wasn't really smoking weed like that. So he found out where I stayed. We stayed right around the corner from each other, come to find out. And you know, he would come to my window every night and to my room. And I would let my window up. My granddad had told me to stop smoking in the street. He was like, he'd rather be smoking in my room. You know what I mean? So I started smoking in my room, and Sean would come to my window, knock on my window at night, and just to smoke with me.
Just like on TV.
Yeah, he'll sit right on my window, right on the pane of the window right there, and I roll my window up and I chill by the window, and we smoke every night and write rhymes right by my window on Jones Ave over there in Albany.
Dig. So where does the name Field Mob come from, or is there a name before that?
Yes, it was. Field Mob. The name came from my uncles. My dad. His name is Bernard Williams. I call him my dad because he was there for me during the time my real dad wasn't around. No disrespect to my real dad. My real dad did his thing too. I appreciate everything he did. And he came around and he made up for all the times he wasn't there. But when he wasn't there, I had a stepfather who I consider my second dad. His name was Bernard. And they had a crew called the Field Boys. They had a crew called the FBI, Field Boys, in effect. So me and John changed it to Field Boys Incorporated. They had Field Boys in effect. Basically, they was a country boy. They should have been FBIE, but you know what I'm saying? And so, but it's Field Boy, FBI, Field Boys Incorporated, FBI. So they used to sell big weed down there. They had that, my Uncle Fruit had his own plane. And they used to have the weed come down in Albany. And they knew how to flow below, to where, the radar can't catch you. You know what I mean? So they knew how to fly the plane below it so they wouldn't get caught. You know what I mean? And they would
Can't
fly.
do that no more, don't try it.
Yes, my uncle, a black man, his name Fruit, he had his own plane, you know what I mean, from Albany, Georgia. And we took the name and we just took it to another level. Like, it's an area in Albany on the south side called the Field where actual slaves live. You know what I mean? And so it's still people was down there. I was living on a dirt road during that time.
Me too.
Yeah, so
Williamsburg Road.
Yeah, see, I stayed on Henderson Road. It's a dirt road. You know what I mean? So where when we wanted to catch a bus in the morning to go to school, we would wear our flip flops and hold our shoes in our hand and then put our shoes on when we got on the bus because we didn't want to dirt up our shoes on the way to the bus stop. But it's a place called the Field in Albany, and we named ourselves after that area. You know what I mean? After those men who got a lot of money and it was very admirable in the city. You know what I mean?
I can dig it. And so you start rapping, you come out of a small town.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even get the notoriety to take it to another level?
Well, they started these open mics. Me and Sean came up during the era where the open mic was introduced to the game, and there was a lot of local artists and a lot of rappers at the time trying to get on. And the open mic was one of the ways rappers were getting on. And Greg Street used to throw an open mic.
In Albany?
No, in Atlanta on the south side.
Oh, okay. Y'all came to where it was.
Yeah, so we came to the open mic.
Okay.
And he loved us. And he was like, look, next time y'all come to the open mic, come with a record. I need a record. He said, y'all know about 6 o'clock, Red Street, 6 o'clock. He said, come with a record. He said, I got pulled to where I could slide your record in. He said, I believe that y'all got a record. So we went and made a record off of him wanting us to have a record next time we saw him. Next time we saw him, we had the record. It was called Project Dreams. We broke, put your hands up.
We broke, put your hands up.
Greg Street heard that
I
record.
play that in the gym every morning.
Wow.
I swear, to this day.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
All I know that I've been down the road. Yep, that one, yep. And I want to be free. These are my go-tos in the morning on treadmill.
Yeah, that's our Sleepy Brown on there. Matter of fact, we recorded that X-Thing on here. You know what I mean? Man, he did that for free. Like, he loved us like that. Like, he told us we remind him of a young Cash. So
but you did.
Yeah.
You did. That's what I was about to say, too. It was very refreshing to hear that it was some cats from Albany with bars like that. Yeah. Y'all are fucking lyricists before anything. Y'all ain't just fucking rappers making
We were the only lyricists at that time from the South. I would say South Georgia. You know what I mean? We were the only country.
100%. There's no lie there.
Yeah. We changed the game right there, a lot of people give us our flowers, Kendrick Lamar, he showed love. He showed love. Big Crit showed love, to give us our notoriety, let people know, these people make sure that, they show love to the people who help them with their rhyme. We all are copycats. All the greatest are copycats. Yeah, I mean, you got Prince who copied James Brown. You got Michael Jackson who copied James Brown.
Jackie Wilson.
And what's
Fred Astaire.
Stevie. Mike used to sit in Stevie Wonder sessions. You know what I mean? And study him. You know what I mean? Mike used to watch videos of James Brown and watch his feet. You feel what I'm saying? Prince did the same thing. These folks watched his feet. These people who were I would say, the pioneers, the origin, their origin was James Brown, Mike and Prince. You know what I'm saying? Like they're children of James Brown. So you know, the best, I would say, the greatest artists are copycats. You know what I mean? Come on, look at Chris Brown. You know what I mean? He copied Mike. But he did it in Chris Brown way.
He did it in his way. He made it his own.
Which makes him the first Chris Brown.
He 100%. You ain't there's no lie there.
Yeah. We all come from our forefathers, the ones before us. So you know.
With that being said, right there, who are you model yourselves after? Who did y'all?
I would say. I mean, the people that people name out. I mean, it's Cast. You know what I mean? Like Outkast was the holy grail, probably still is to this day. I would consider as far as like duo groups from the South. But you got your ballin' MJGs who you know, MJG, people can't mention MJG. MJG is probably my top 5. You know what I mean? I would say if you was, I would say if Andre 3000, MJG, and Prince had a threesome and had a baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what I am. We copy. I copy Prince all the time. I copy MJG all the time. I copied Andre 3000 all the time. I would mix them together and then come up with my own concoction. You know what I mean? And so that's who I am. Yeah.
I can dig it, man. And like I said, I'm a big time fan. And what did you want for yourselves? What was the ultimate goal for Smoke? You here?
The ultimate goal was to New York. I would use back then, that's considered New York as the white racist rednecks of hip hop, because you know they felt like New York back then, not now. You know what I mean? They're smart enough to realize that you gotta move with the times. You know what I mean? You gotta deal with them. You know what I mean? You can't. You know, you gotta come down south and deal with us. You know what I mean?
Cause I didn't even think about it like that. You was coming up in the era.
I came up in the era where the South was considered slow, and we were coming with lyrics. I battled the RZA. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I got my rank. I battled the RZA and beat the RZA. Now, I mean, no disrespect to the RZA and Wu-Tang Clan, because if it weren't for Wu-Tang Clan, it wouldn't have been me. You know what I mean? But I battled the RZA in front of the Jizzle in Philly, and they had a problem with us because we had a pig in our video. You know how Philly people is. They don't like that swine. You feel what I'm saying? They like the song. Yeah, they Muslim.
Yeah,
they like the record. Yeah. They like the
5%.
record. But they like the record. But we had that swine in the video, and that's the first time I had heard the word a pig called a swine. I heard pork and all that, but you know, from where we from, man.
Man, that's all we eat. We'll eat a pig's ass if they cook it right.
From the rooter to the tip.
You come on now. You ain't saying that wrong. Hey, I was one of the when I went up to up north and shit, they didn't have grits.
No, they don't. Still don't. To this day, grits is a culture shock to people up north.
Yeah, it be some. They got grit. Like, hold on, they cooking grits at.
Right.
They got grits at Sylvia's.
Right.
Or some shit like that, or Auntie Mae's or some shit like that. It's a Annie Roofs and shit.
Yeah. They gotta come down here and eat grits, man.
Yeah, you gotta come.
They don't even know how to cook them.
No,
they don't even know how to eat them. How to eat them? You know what I mean?
Man, tell them all the different ways you can eat grits.
I mean, you can put sugar in your grits. You can put cinnamon in your grits. You can put salt and pepper in your grits. You can put butter in your grits. You can eat your grits how you want to eat your grits and dress your grits up. You could do like macaroni and put you about 3, 4, 5 different cheeses in it, or a couple cheeses in there. But you know, it's a Southern thing.
It's a Southern thing.
That is ours. You know what I mean?
Now you went Greg Street. You done found a record.
Yes.
I remember like it was yesterday. I forget who show y'all was on in Atlanta on. What's it called? 97.5 at the time. And I'm 14 years old.
Wow. And
I'm listening to y'all on the morning show.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all stayed at like 3 different shows throughout that day. Yeah. And when they was playing Project Dream a whole fucking day.
And it was because of a record, one record. And at the time, I would call it the Bling Bling era, because that was the time Baby, Cash Money, them was like, you know, bling bling, and we trying to come
from my
out
mouth to my pinky.
Right, and we trying to come out with a record talking about praising the times where
I
you was
was
broke. You know what I mean?
You've been broke. We've been broke.
Yeah, you know, being grateful
Mm-hmm.
for those times when you were broke. You know,
You ever bathed with soap the size of a shirt? Nigga, when you said that shit right there, I know that lie.
yeah.
I still will bathe with soap the size of. I make sure that motherfucker all the way up.
Yeah, man. You take this.
When a girl come over my house and she was like, it ain't no soap. Like, you don't see that fucking shirt.
Yes.
You gotta use the rest of that shirt,
That's
man.
right. That's
The
right.
fuck, hold up. Did you open up a whole new goddamn bar dove?
Right.
Don't do that shit. We gotta use this shit.
All of it to disappear.
If you ain't helping me
man.
save money, you don't see a future with me.
Right.
You don't see a future with me if you're not helping me save money, man. Hey, I remember. It's funny that I'm saying that right now too, because you know I'm dating a lady right now. Is that I had the bill came with about like $250 or some shit.
Wow.
She's like, yo, you finna spend $250
Yeah.
on this fucking meal? And when she said that shit, I was like, wow, you care about my money.
You care about me.
You care about me.
I am telling you something.
And she checked the bill, all that shit.
To stay on that subject, man, have you ever had a woman got that come to your spot and see a roach and kill it for you and still give you some pussy that same night?
Yep.
Hey, me and that woman, we still friends right now.
Do you hear me?
Hey, we still are. Baby came over to the crib and killed the roaches and still
Come on, man. And still
I'm talking about a baggie too.
That's when you know you fucking with somebody real. If a roach scared girl away, if a mouse scared, man, she might not be the one for you.
Yeah, man, she run from your roaches, man. Hey, they ain't the one.
Come on now. You see all this other special shit I got in the house. Come on now. You gotta let that roach slide. You got to let that roach slide. I didn't know they had made it in my room. I'm gonna potpourri this motherfucker. And shit, I'm gonna get my shit together. But don't let that come in between our buns.
Exactly. She did.
Yeah.
She did. To the point where we still laugh to this day about, you know, when I first met you, you had a couple of roaches and I smashed them for you and you fell in love with me. Yes.
One dog, I had a girl, same girl, let me know it was crust inside my bad eye. and didn't do this.
Yeah.
She cleaned my eye. She cleaned my eye off, bro. I ain't never had that.
Yeah.
And kiss my eye.
Yeah, that's a real one.
Kiss my glass eye.
That's a real one.
Nigga, if it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind?
Hey man, Pippin Ken, he was up here earlier, man. You know, he got a different outlook. He got a different lens on the woman.
What happened?
You know what I'm saying? No, I mean nothing happened, you know. But you know, I would like to ask Pippin Ken, was I supposed to keep that one? You know what I mean? Was I supposed to keep that one? They killed the roaches for me, Pippin Ken. Was he supposed to do that? What our survey said?
Hey man, I got a motto. I don't like the ones that don't like me. I like the ones that like me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If she invites you, you know when we pick.
Yes, sir.
So you know what I'm saying. You know, I think that in life when you deal with women, you got to find women that match your rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she matched your rhythm.
Yes,
She was
sir.
in rhythm with you. You know what I mean? She identified with you. I was telling Jack that if you find a woman and you call her 3 o'clock in the morning, and say, baby, I got this idea, she fall back to sleep on you, you need to leave her out the room.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because most people, when they leave you in the mind before they ever leave you physically.
Yes,
When
sir.
a person no longer engaged, they already left you.
Mm-hmm. They never was there then.
They never was there. and see, it ain't nothing wrong with losing somebody that's that don't want you.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to convince somebody to please love me. Please love me. Please love. If they, I feel like you said before, I like people that like me.
Yeah, man.
I'm not going out of my way no more trying to do backflips and shit for somebody that goddamn.
Hey man, the realest thing this man said today, man, he said, hey, that eagle fly down there, grab that weasel, and that weasel go to eating at that chest. You know what I mean? And we don't know how to let go. You know what I mean? You gotta let that weasel go so you can continue to fly high. I love
so
that.
many parables in that. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And he go all the way up in there because he won't let the motherfucker go.
Oh man.
Getting his heart ate out.
Hey man, that man got game on top of game. he done built a game scraper.
Come on, man. Whoa! A game scraper. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. Hey, so it's funny that you even bring up the Project Dreams and shit. You know, just to stay on that subject real quick. Like, how did you know that was gonna be cool to talk about that inside the era of Bling Bling?
Well, one thing I knew, and I still know today, and I'm glad I knew then, but I knew it from, you know, I grew up in the Baptist church. I grew up around preachers. I grew up around pimps, real preachers that had game, and you know, and what I learned from, you know, when you keep it real, that real you can't stop. Real is a juggernaut. Honesty is a juggernaut that can't be stopped. Honesty is I would say something that you can't break. It can't be, you know, destroyed. It's indestructible. You know what I mean? And we were telling the truth on that. You know what I mean? I started my verse with rent 30 days late.
Gotta be gone by Saturday.
When I wrote that, rent was really 30 days late. And we gotta be, I mean, bro, I done had more pink slips than Victoria's Secret on the door. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, at the time, you know, that what it was about. You know, it was about, you know, we were hurt, we were going through it, and we trying to come up out of this situation. So we wrote about what we were actually going through. So the time I was writing about that pink slip on the door, it was on the door. I just took it off the door that day. You know what I mean? But like, you know, I come home from school, football practice, and I got pink slip on my door. You know what I mean? We got to, you know, you got 30 days to get out of here or pay what you owe. We just wrote about what we were going through. You know what I mean?
And you didn't feel like no kind of way, like
we didn't think nothing. We just thought we knew Greg Street want this record. We gotta get this record to Greg Street.
But you wasn't embarrassed writing this, and
no,
like,
I wasn't.
No pride was in it.
I'm gonna tell you something. When you shaving and going against the grain, you know what I mean? That's how you gonna get them hairs up out of there for real. You know what I mean? When you go with the grain, that was them bump show. At the end of the day, like, we were going against the grain. This was the era of the Bling Bling era. You know what I mean? We're in the middle of the Bling Bling era discussing being poor, but not the sad part of being poor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the adversities you're going through that's gonna take you to the next level. CeeLo Green told me, you know, I got a song. You know, we got the song All I Know.
Yeah.
I got a song called "Hit It for Free." With
I like where this is going.
What's the pimpin' nigga name is in LA? Light skin nigga. God damn it. I gotta go to my Google.
Not good.
Anyway, he a rapper. He sang it. He sing rap. He's
Sugar free.
Huh?
Sugar free.
Sugar free. I reckon sugar free. And it's called "Hit It for Free." And it's about, you know, it said this little bread I had to scratch the dick to get, but I'd rather sit back, relax, and jack my dick before I spend cash to hit. You know what I mean? It's about, I ain't finna pay for no pussy because
For what?
I'm a celebrity. Bitch is gonna give me the ass anyway. It's raining pussy. I need a pussy umbrella. And so that what that record was about. And so, you know, it's called "Hit It for Free." And you know, I got a verse on there, and that CeeLo Green really loved, and he felt like was one of his favorite verses on there. You know what I mean? Anyway, we sat down. I sat with CeeLo. You know what I mean? Not to keep name dropping. You know what I mean?
Please keep.
CeeLo was like, "Look, that verse you don't like, that's the one. The one you put all your, the one you are, like, I'm my number one critic. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't about what you motherfuckers think. It's about, I got to go look in the mirror and brush my teeth. That nigga I can't brush my teeth with my eye closed. I got to look at that nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that nigga I'm looking at when I brush my teeth in the morning, you know what I mean? It matters to him. You know what I mean? If I got to brush my teeth with my eye closed, I'm ashamed of what I did. Mm-hmm. Basically, you know, he was like, shit, that verse or that shit you did that you put away, you know what I mean? That shit that you did that you didn't put out, you know what I mean? Like, you know, that shit that you was hard on yourself about, you know what I mean? That was it. You know what I mean? He was like, look, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Cause he a Gemini just like me, so we make ourselves discouraged, you know, cause we hard on ourselves. We got another us. I got another me. You know what I mean? That I got two conscious. You know what I mean? Cause I'm a Gemini. So at the end of the day, like, you know, he was like, hey, you know, that that verse or that, don't not put it out. That song, do not, no. All that shit, put that shit out. Put it out. He said, cause it's, to you it's like that. But the hard work that you put in and all the, you know, the struggle, the struggle you put into that record, that energy you put into that record, they gonna feel it. They're gonna, you know what I mean? So, you know, you got Jack Thriller. Before Jack Thriller, it was another shit. It was another name.
Honey Bun, yeah.
You know what I mean? Before Honey Bun, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. But you had to put out whatever that was.
I had to. I be trying to tell nigga that I had to be him in order to be him. You
came out with that, then you came out Honey Bun, and then you came. But the first shit was lame.
It was super lame.
You feel me?
To me. But now the shit don't give a fuck. When they talk about the Honey Bun shit, it's legendary now.
But if you never put out that shit you thought was lame,
if I never did it,
you feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You would never came.
This would have never fucking happened.
Right. So it's songs Tupac did that we're hearing now. Like,
yeah.
Man, what the fuck? I ain't hear this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Tupac was a Gemini himself, and he was the hardest critic on himself. And he was like, man, this ain't good enough. You know what I mean? So Pop, if you listen to Pop old records and all them shits, goddamn Suge Knight had in the cupboard, he was taking verses off this song and putting it on this song. You know what I mean? And you be like, damn, this verse is on. Put your, keep your head up. You know what I mean? And then he got the verses from Straight Ballin'. Those verses was on a whole nother song. You know what I mean? He put them on that song. It was whack. You know what I mean? So he put it on Straight Ballin'. And hey, you know what I mean? Hey, you feel me?
I understand.
So, that shit, you put that shit out. Got to. Don't be holding that shit, man. What you gonna do holding it for? Why you got it? So CeeLo. Look at CeeLo, man. He did the Gnarls Barkley. He did it. You know what I mean?
He was whoever he wanted to be whenever he wanted to be.
Yeah.
He made the weather change whenever he wanted to be.
Yeah. You your hardest critic. So to you it's like that. You know what I'm saying? But you put it out there to them people ain't as on your level, you know what I mean? Of thinking. So they're gonna love it. They're gonna love it with all their heart. You know what I mean? And you think that shit lame, you know what I mean? Another motherfucker goddamn, it'll change their life. You feel what I'm saying? So when I started it's a not doubting yourself. You know what I mean? It's a fuck it, put it out. This is it. You know what I mean? But we start a lot of shit we don't finish. You know what I mean? Basically, CeeLo was like, finish the shit and put the shit out, regardless of how lame you think it is.
Yeah.
You think that shit lame.
Yeah.
The shit that you consider right here is up here to another motherfucker.
100%. Hey man, I love everywhere this shit is going. I feel like God is really moving in this room right now.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I see you online, and then I always knew I wanted to work with you for years before this. Yeah. This has been in the making.
We might be family, man. We from the same. We eat the same pecan, man.
Come on, bro.
Come
on, man. We slaughtered hogs and had real pig skin.
Right.
Real
country shit. Right.
Real watermelons from Cody.
Right. You feel me?
Come on, man. I know what time it is, man.
Hey, real peanuts from goddamn from Dawson.
Come on, bro. Hey, bro. I bought boiled peanuts today at the can, and hey, I like the shits too. That nigga make theyself and shit. But I like the one out of the can. I'm a little bougie now.
Yeah.
And whatnot. But yeah, I'm a country boy.
You got it. You famous, baby.
Yeah.
Famous.
I was eating that. I was getting my mama to mail me that shit in New York.
Yeah.
I was getting her to mail me pig feet in New York.
Yeah.
But she kept on doing dumb shit, wrapping the pig feet up inside goddamn Ziploc bags and the shit to get to me. Right. It's like a fucking dead body.
Cause see, it ain't that you ain't supposed to eat pork. You ain't supposed to eat their pork. Yeah.
No.
If you grow your own pig in your backyard.
Yes, we did.
You grow your own chicken in your backyard.
We did
that shit that you grow.
Yeah.
That shit ain't bad for
now.
You know what I mean? It's that shit that they goddamn took and did they little shit and created their own concoctions out of that shit.
I miss neck bones. I miss neck bones.
Yeah, man.
I'm cooking neck bones tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm cooking neck bones tomorrow. Put some vinegar in there and some more shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey man, so let's talk about the worst advice you ever got. Do you know what that is?
Yes, I do. No disrespect to DTP and Ludacris and Shaka Zulu and Jeff and everybody, you know, from Ebony Sun and Disturbing the Peace. You know what I mean? No disrespect to them. You know what I mean? When I say what I'm finna say. But the worst advice I ever got was to
I gotta light up for this.
was to ignore the little, you know what I mean, the little things. You know what I mean?
The little things.
So we had shows like in Millersville, Georgia, and Perry, Georgia.
The core.
Yeah.
Your core.
And it's like, fuck them for Chicago. Fuck Donaldsonville for Atlanta. Fuck Dawson, Augusta, Savannah. Fuck those places for New York. You know what I mean? No,
The core.
that's forgetting where you're from.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm gonna go up here and do, New York, and I'm gonna still come down here and fuck with my peoples who started me. You know what I mean? Now, we all do it. A lot of people do it. You know what I mean? What I love about UGK, you wanna bring up Pimp again, them boys was Houston, man. You feel what I'm saying? And Dallas, Houston. But them boys, you be like, hold up, PA. You feel what I'm saying? Right now, Bun B represents Houston. He's the king of Houston.
King of Houston.
You feel what I'm saying? My opinion. You know what I mean? But Port Arthur, PA. You feel what I'm saying? No, he made sure that, hey, PA where it's from. PA where I'm at. You know what I mean? And the worst advice I got was like, fuck Albany for Albany, New York. Fuck the country. Fuck the capital of the country for the goddamn capital of New York. You feel what I'm saying? And I shouldn't have did that. I fucked up when I did that. You know what I mean? Cause see, when I had to go back to go when shit went tumbling down, I had to go back to that. It was like, yeah, nigga, you left us for Albany to New York, nigga. Fuck you. You feel what I'm saying?
You felt that. You felt it.
Yeah, I felt it. And I had to go through that. You know what I mean? That was a hell. That's one of the hells. There's many hells. That's one of the hells I had to go through. And
You got a lot of life experience, bro.
yeah, man.
It ain't a lot ain't shit unless you learn something from it.
Yeah.
You know, and then let me ask you this: how did these hills make you a better man?
Hey, like people can say, it ain't a loss, it's a lesson. That's the L. That's the L. That's how you turn the negative to that L, that negative L to a positive L. It ain't a loss, it's a lesson. I rep them now, like all the time. Albany, Georgia, Black Waters. I got a water coming out, a spring water coming out called Black Waters. Basically, it's from Georgia from Springs in Georgia. So it's gonna be called Black Waters, Georgia Spring Water.
Makes sense.
Fiji tell you where that shit from. All these other spring water tell you these from the artesians or this is from the Colorado Springs. You know what I mean? I want to say, hey, this is Georgia spring water. You know what I'm saying? I got a water coming out called Black Waters. I got an EP coming out called Black Waters. I got a podcast coming out called Black Waters, Real or Fake, with me and you. We finna do our business on. Black Waters is just my grandfather's name is Waters. Blight is just like, blight means be like you and nobody else. BLYKE. Blight means black. You know what I mean? Blight was a slave word that the slaves used to use to say black. You know what I mean? They said black. You got bike, blight. You know what I mean? You know how we talk down there. It's a country slang. It's slave talk. Blight, it's just black. The name of it is Black Waters. Black Waters is basically melanin. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. Basically, I took Black Waters, and that's my brand. You know what I mean? I got the EP Black Waters coming out. I'm dropping the EP every third of every month. You know what I mean?
That's the only way it's got to go.
6 songs every third of every month.
Consistency.
Yeah, consistency. And the game now, you know what I mean? I heard people can't call it the microwave era.
What have you done for me lately?
Yes. We don't live in it. Back in my day, we lived in that. If he called it microwave era, back then I would call it the crock pot era. You know what I mean? Well, you let that shit goddamn simmer goddamn from Saturday morning, and y'all don't eat that shit till Sunday evening and next day. You know what I mean? Music ain't like that no more. You know what I mean? They popping that shit in the microwave, putting that shit on goddamn Mahana. You know what I mean? 100, that shit come out in a minute. You know what I mean? And you eat that shit, and then okay, now it's time for another one versus goddamn that crock pot era where I'm from with shit. That shit goddamn, you start cooking that shit Saturday goddamn morning, you eat that shit Sunday evening, and then you eat that shit again goddamn Monday goddamn evening and Tuesday evening till that shit gone. You know what I mean? It ain't like that no more. You know what I mean? So you gotta be consistent with your music. You gotta keep them coming.
100%. You gotta keep them engaged, man. And so like, it's straight solo now.
It's straight solo for now. I wouldn't call it straight solo. I just call it solo. You know what I mean? Because until me and my partner can get our situation together, he got some legalities that he has to deal with.
I can dig.
Until those are resolved, you know what I mean? Hey, I gotta keep it moving. You know what I mean? I can't let that stop. I got chillin'. You know what I mean? I got 4 chillin', man. You know what I mean? So I can't let his situation, which is my situation, because when you're in a group with somebody, you're one. You know what I mean? If they say be there at 6 o'clock and I got there at 5:59 and Sean got there at 6:01, they're gonna say, hey, y'all film all this late. They're gonna say, well, Smoke got here at 5:59, so pay him half or pay him. No, they're not gonna say they're not gonna pay us at all, regardless of how early I got there. You know what I mean? Because of how late he got there. You know what I mean? So, you know, when you're in a group, you're one. You know what I mean?
Accountability is a motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
I can dig it.
You know, we make music together, and that's the third of the Trinity. 1 + 1 is 3. So shit, he put his one with my one, and then you got the third. You know what I mean? Which is the music, which is y'all child, which is y'all baby. You know what I mean? And so they don't care about none of that. You know what I mean? They worry about the Trinity being one, and that me and him. In our creation, what we create. So, you know, at the end of the day, like, I have no one to blame it on doing it solo. I can't blame nothing on him. I'm a person, I hold myself accountable for everything I do, good and bad. You know, whatever happened with Phil Mob, you know, I don't blame him. You know what I mean? I blame me. You know what I mean? There are things I could have did better. You know what I mean? That would have kept us together.
Grown man
You know what I'm
shit.
saying?
I love all this.
Yeah, like, you know, I hold myself accountable for what I did. So, you know, as a solo artist, you know what I mean? I ain't got no excuses. You know what I mean? So Black Water is what it is. I got spring water on the way. The next time I come back on the show, I'm going to have the spring water sent right here. You know what I mean? And then I'll be talking about Black Water. You know what I mean? And whatever else I got coming out next, dealing with Black Water.
The 100%.
But Black Water is called Black Water because it's melanin. Melanin is a carbon, and it's something in us, man, that we black folks got. You know what I mean? That it's intelligence. It's a rhythm. It's the music. Melanin is more than just skin complexion. You know what I mean? The more melanin you have in you, the darker you be. You know what I mean? But that don't mean shit at the end of the day. Like, melanin is, you know, you ever go to goddamn Cheetahs and them white girls rolling on the pole, you know what I mean? But then you go to Magic City and them bitches got that bounce. That bounce, that's that melanin, you know what I mean? No disrespect to them white girls rolling on the pole, but hey, you ain't got no rhythm, you ain't got no melanin in you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, melanin is rhythm, melanin is intelligence, melanin is pimping, melanin is business, melanin is being sharp, melanin is being smart, melanin is Jack Thriller. This is melanin, you know what I mean? This is melanin going through this camera. This is black people. This is our shit. This is an ingredient God put in our pineal gland, you know what I mean, to make us be able to do what we do and excel in it, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's what Black Water stands for, black excellence. You know?
Talking to Big Pimp Ken earlier and whatnot, what was the moment when you realized this is a business and I need to get my goddamn business together? Do you remember that moment?
Yes, I do. When I signed with DTP and I met Shaka Zulu and Jeff from Ebony Sons, they're Ludacris managers.
Yeah.
He just did Gabrielle Union's book. We talking about books. Gabrielle Union just put out a book. Shaka Zulu did. Shaka Zulu did LeBron James shit. Him and Jeff. You know what I mean? Anyway, I didn't have my first album didn't have no OGs the way these young niggas ain't got it. They ain't got nobody to guide them.
No
tell
OGs?
them. Yeah. I didn't have anybody to tell me, hey, don't buy 2 pit bulls, don't buy 2 Chevys, don't buy 2 Cribs, don't buy 2 of everything. Don't just go out there and just be frivolous with your money. I was BMF back then by myself. I was frivolous. What BMF stand for? Blowing money fast.
Blowing money fast.
I was blowing money frivolously. You know what I'm saying? I'm out there just frivolously spending my cash. I had no guidance. You know what I mean? So when I met Shaka Zulu showed me guidance and showed me not to just do one thing. You know what I mean? I was modeling at the time for Azure, Indigo Red. He had me doing all my talents that I had, he had me doing them. You know what I mean? Instead of just being a one-trick pony and just rapping. You know what I mean? He was like, but you're more than that.
You way more than that, dog. There ain't no this superstar exuding off of you right now. Lot more life to live. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next. From cartoons and some more shit. Movies, all that.
Man, it's up.
With that being said, like, why do you never do any movies?
I've done some D-class movies, but you know, I'm taking acting classes. I just did Put a Ring on It for OWN.
Yes.
The show, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Basically, Oprah Winfrey got she got her own reality show. She got Ready for Love, which is a marriage thing on monogamy. You got Put a Ring on, which is another monogamous show that I was on, and I met this woman, and we met each other, and they hit her up about the show, and she was like, "Look, I want to get on the show," and we faked the relationship and got on the show. And we ended up being the #1 reality show on Oprah Winfrey's channel, which is on Oprah Winfrey Network. That's what OWN stands for.
100%.
Check it out. I'm on there, man. Just on there, you know, just exuberating, good pimping, good energy. You know, showing them that monogamy is not natural. Yeah, I mean, and we are polygamous people
by nature.
Naturally. And don't nobody. The greatest example of polygamy is a pimp. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't nobody doing it right but the pimps. You feel what I'm saying? We're doing it wrong. That's my opinion. You know what I mean? You got you a woman that you feel like it's the one. You know what I mean? She is the one. You know what I mean? But there is a 2 and there is a 3. You feel what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I be seeing you speaking on that on your page.
Yeah.
So I'm being honest right now.
Yeah. And I haven't had this talk with my old lady yet and whatnot. I'm trying to figure out how to ease that on in there. Like, hey, baby.
It's hard to ease it on there because of what we've been programmed to believe. We've been programmed off of
tradition and conventionalism.
Traditional, yeah, exactly. You know, the person who gave us the game that we got now, it's not our game. You know what I mean? So, you know, they tailor-made it to fit them, but it's not ours. You got to think about how many black people, how many women it is to one man.
It's 50 to 1 here now.
You feel what I'm saying?
So I left it with just 13 or so.
So if it's 15 to 50 to 1, what them other goddamn 49 supposed to do? If all of them are supposed to be married. You got Solomon. You had these men in the Bible who had 700 wives and 300 concubines. You know what I mean? Some of your favorite men in the Bible. You know what I mean? And so we're living in an era where, you know, where we're on controlled behavior, and the behavior that we are doing, that it ain't ours. You know what I mean? That's why it's not working. That's why the divorce rate is at 83%. You feel what I'm saying? Because we're doing something that's not ours. But then you got these polygamous people over here just shining. You know what I mean? And balling. But, you know, I don't want to make nobody mad. I'm talking too much right now on that. But at the end of the day, the woman that I deal with, she understands poly, and she understands, you know, it's not about, you know, we marrying each other for the wrong reasons. And one of them is simply love. You know what I mean? And it ain't about just love. It's a lot more to it. It's about upping you. You know what I mean? I'm on this show. I'm on here today as one. You on here today as one. We put our one together and we make the 3. That's what they're listening to. You know what I mean? It's about upping each other. I'm upping you. You know what I mean? You upping me. You feel what I'm saying? When Ken was on here, Ken upped you. That's because he's Ken. And you upped him. Because he was saying shit, I done been showing up on these shows and I done made $19,000 to $20,000 just being shown. You know what I mean? We upping each other. We're supposed to up each other. It's about upping. If it's not about upping, then you're downing. Period.
I don't take downers. I don't want no downers.
We upping right now. You know what I mean? So,
something happening in here right now.
Yeah.
Like I said, the spirit is definitely
It's
moving.
about upping. God is about upping. That's what God is about. You connecting with the next man and y'all going up. You know what I'm saying? Or you connecting with that woman. You know what I mean? And that black woman and that black man, that's the most powerful. It's up. No disrespect to other races. You know what I mean? But we upping. You know what I mean? You're supposed to get with that woman to up her so she can up you. You know what I mean? Well, hey, we'll fall in love later, baby, but right now, it's about generational wealth. You got, what he said, you got legacy, and then you got dynasty, which is destiny. You know what I'm saying? So, you could just, the legacy easy to do. You know what I mean? Legacy, all I gotta do is bust a nut up in her, and then that baby come out, and then that's my legacy. My legacy could be some bullshit. My legacy could go right or left. My legacy could go up or down. You know what I mean? But dynasty is up. You know what I mean? If that legacy go up, then we've created a dynasty. You know what I mean? A dynasty is like kings and queens do. You know what I mean? She's a king, he's a queen. They have a baby, and that baby finna inherit the rest of this shit. Eddie Murphy was trying to build a dynasty when he went to Queens, New York. On Coming to America.
Showing up.
You know what I mean?
He's
Eddie Murphy is the legacy of King Joffrey Joffer. But when them bitches came in there dancing and shit, doing them African dance, and that girl came with a good hopping on her foot, that's supposed to have been creating the dynasty. The dynasty is, hey, her folks had all the money, his folks got all their money, you put their money together with Eddie Murphy and the girl who hopping like a dog, and that creates the dynasty. You know what I'm saying? And so we trying to reach our destiny.
Let me ask you this. Well, I'm glad you brought up that movie too. What I didn't understand is why he did not want that lady that was gonna do every goddamn thing he said at the drop of a motherfucking dime. Well, that shit turned me all the way to on.
I'm gonna tell you something about movies, man. Movies are joysticks. You know what I mean? They control your mind, and so we're supposed. They was in that movie. They were getting us away from what we're supposed to be doing,
The escapism,
and want us to go do the Americanized way. So he went and found an American woman, and they did it the American way instead of the traditional way, our way in Africa. Well, they got them putting the money with the money. So what he did was he took the money and went and put the money where there wasn't a lot of money. You know what I mean? He put the money into a McDowell's. You know what I mean? McDowell's when that bread, he went and put his bread with McDowell's. They wasn't like, that bread he would have did if he would have linked up with Shorty. Who was hopping like a dog. Oh man, that's the moon bunny would have went to the moon. You know what I mean? But hey,
they don't want us to. Oh, I see what the fuck you just did.
Yeah, what he did was make the Americanized people richer. You know what I mean? Instead of keeping it in the family, keeping that bread in the circle. I love that movie, but I saw through the fuck shit. You know what I mean?
That was some fuck shit.
Yeah, that was some fuck shit. And she was a light-skinned girl. So he went from the dark-skinned girl.
Oh,
no disrespect to the light-skinned girl.
No.
You know what I mean? But I just want you to see how they Americanized that situation. You know what I mean? And made it American.
She was raised to love this nigga, and we wanted to go fight for a motherfucker to convince.
And put his money with somebody that wasn't raised to be with him, with somebody who's trying to come up, who's not already up. So somebody he had to build. You know what I mean?
So build a battle.
Yeah, instead of somebody who to build with, he had to build somebody up to get to his level. So that's when you saw in part 2, you had the McDowell's in Africa. You know what I mean? Shit crazy. But
hey, chime in on this, Ray. People care how you felt about that.
About the
what he just said.
Well, it's called white supremacy.
Yes, that's what it is.
It's systemic racism.
Yes.
So when you think about everything in America, right? White supremacists mean that I'm better than you. So everything they do, it shows that I'm better than you. Their culture, they want to culturate you. That's why you can't ace the IQ test, because you ain't been culturated with this culture.
Yes.
Yeah, well, our indigenous culture is that of Africoid, our descendants. So we are descendants of the ancient Moabites and the Africans from Southwest and Northwest shores of Africa. So that being said, we were the original people. I mean, Mary Leakey and Louis Leakey, they went on an expedition in search of the original man. They found bones that was 14 carbon. He talked about that carbon over 2 million years old, and it was a black woman. They call it Zedge Anthropus. Zedge being black, and Anthropus means
Lucy.
So when you get into that, Lucy. And you get into people coming in pilfering our culture, you get into colonialism. Then one of the things that you do in colonialism is you steal the culture, you rearrange the culture, you change everything that the people believe,
yes.
And you give them a false doctrine.
Yes.
And that's what happened with us. We got a false doctrine about who we are and who they are. That's why I said whites only. All this stuff, angel food cake is white, devil food cake is black. Black piece of test move last, the white piece food move first. The pool, the white ball control all the balls, the 8 balls, the last ball to get knocked.
Yes, sir.
The black ball.
On the green land, on the green table.
If you run away from your family, you call it a black sheep. If you step on a black cat, that's bad luck. So that's called white supremacy.
Yeah.
Let me give you a difference. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you what audience what white supremacy is. This is racism, man. This is your right hand. This is your left hand. Mm-hmm. Everything in society is for right hand people.
Yep.
This is racism. That's what racism is.
They train you to be with the right hand from a baby.
So everything is against the left. Everything is pro-right. You know what I'm saying? If you're white, you're right. If you're black, get back. I mean, it's simple. And like, if you play for the Atlanta Falcons, if you play for the Falcons, and you're the home team, and I know you're from Atlanta, and I was a visiting team, Green Bay, guess where you gonna be at? If you was white, you're gonna be on the 80-yard line. You know where they're gonna have me at? They're gonna have me in the end zone. So I gotta run the 100-yard line. You only gotta run 20 yards. That's how bad it is in society. They got a white person got an 80% chance of succeeding versus us as black folks. We got to run a whole 100 yards. But you gotta give Kanye and 50 and Jay and Dr. Dre all of them credit because they ran that 100-yard dash.
Yes, they did.
And they beat their competitors.
Yes, they did.
100%.
And that's what that movie did. Like, that movie bleached us. You know what I mean? It took you from a dark-skinned woman to a light-skinned woman into America. It was white supremacy. That movie, Coming to America, is my favorite movie of all times. But I've grown older and I got a different lens in life to why I look at it differently from when I looked at it when I first saw it as a kid. You know what I mean? And so they play games with us through these movies. Let me tell you something. It's 3 ways to get into that soul. That ear, that eye, and that mouth. You feel what I'm saying? And so they feed us bullshit to eat, to get in our soul. And they got there and let us see bullshit on these movies and on these phones to get in our soul through the eyes. And they got there and let us hear bullshit and call our woman these things and say this is better than this and they go through the ears. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They get in us all 3 ways. They got control of all 3 ways to get inside of it. And so, Coming to America was one of the ways one of the movies they used to get in us. You know what I mean? But part 2, I think Eddie Murphy was smarter and said, hey, they played me on that first one. You know what I mean? I know now. You know what I mean? So at the end of Come to America 2, a black woman was the queen of Zamunda. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They brought the melanin back.
They brought it back.
Yeah, they brought the melanin back.
I see what you did, and that don't get spoken upon right there. We just look at it from an entertainment point of view.
Yeah, we want to laugh and see laughter and fun, have you blind to what's really going on. You know what I mean? And it does that. Laughter and fun is the liquor and the weed. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's how they got the Moors. You know what I mean? But it's going too deep. You know what I mean? But like at the end of the day, like like he called it's called white supremacy and not and black water is basically this spring water. Spring water comes from black holes, the darkness in the ground. You know what I'm saying? Versus your other waters that they get the Sunny made by Coca-Cola and all these other waters, you know what I mean, who have these chemicals in the water. Spring water is natural water from the darkness, from the ground. You know what I mean? So that's why I call it black water.
Mm. I can dig it. If your life was a movie, what would it be called?
I would call it Black Water.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because that's what my life has been about. My mom was a singer. in the church choir. She was in the Georgia Mass Choir. My grandma was the head deaconess of the church. My granddad was the head deacon of the church. You know, these people ran these situations with, you know, their melanin, their darkness of the, you know what I mean, that they bleach, that these folks bleaching and want us to get away from. So you look in the dictionary and look up the definition for black, and it's gonna have all these negative, you know what I mean, derogatory meanings versus the definition for white was gonna have all these beautiful meanings to it. You know what I mean, purity and all that shit. No. The purer it is, the blacker it is.
Ooh, the purer it is, the blacker it is. I like that. Hey, man, we could do this for days, and we got a lot more to talk about, but we're going to save it on the part 2 of this right here, man. Hey, for the meantime, between time, is there anything you want to tell JackThriller.com before we get up out here?
Hey, man, JackThriller.com, man. Check this out, man. He from 229. Shout out 229. You know what I mean? South Georgia, man. Hey, you know, I'll be back. You know what I mean? Black Waters, that's what it's about. Black Waters, me and my bro finna do this thing. We finna, you're gonna be soaking wet with Black Water when me and Jack Thriller done with you.
Yeah, we about to spring it up on you. You see what I just did?
Tell me your Instagram, man.
My Instagram, check me out on B_L_Y_K_E. BLYKE stands for be like you and nobody else. There's nobody with a K, so you gotta know your body. Nobody should know your body more than you. You know what I mean?
And man, there it is right there, man. Yo, my man Smoke, Black, film
Black.
That down south chick.
Black is black.
Black.
BLYKE.
Like I always say, you just can't say you're real or something. You gotta be, man. We open, we out of here. JackThriller.com. Hey, do I have something in mind? Y'all go to commercial. Don't kiss them hoes in the mouth unless you got to. I'll see you soon.
About to go Thriller, Jack Thriller on these niggas. All I need's a fucking red jacket with some zippers.
Hey, yo, what's up? This your boy 50 Cent, right? A motherfucking nigga Jack Thriller coming to a city near you.